Hi, this is Kojo again. And here's the thought for the day. As we grow up as young men, you have to make a lot of decisions in life that most of the time we're not prepared to make, especially as black and Latino men. Most of the time we're raised by our mothers. So these fundamental decisions that shape you as a man, you're not prepared to make. The first decision that you should make in becoming a man or a young man is, what do you believe? What do you believe in? A lot of us are trained to believe in ourselves. And, that's noble, but what happens when you fail yourself? What do you believe in? And then in your beliefs, you have to ask yourself, do you believe that what you believe is really what you believe? And I know that sounds confusing, but do you believe in God? Or do you believe that you are God? So once you form that belief, that will shape your whole entire life and lead you down either the right path or the wrong path for you. The second hardest decision that you will make in life is, who will you spend the rest of your life with? Now, like I said before, these questions are very hard for young men to answer because you're not prepared to answer them. You need a man to help you answer these questions. Now, that's not blowing any shade to mothers, because mothers have done everything they possibly could do to make sure that their sons are raised correctly. But only a man can tell a man how to be a man. So, in my life, I had to make some hard decisions. Am I going to drink? Well, I was raised around alcoholics, so that's a no. Am I going to do drugs? I was raised around drug addicts, so that answer is no. Am I going to believe in God? I had to come to that late in life. But before I made that decision, I made a decision to spend my life with somebody. And at 19 years old, I made a hasty decision to get married. Now, I didn't know what marriage was all about. And I saw a thing today that said men have to make two fundamental decisions in life. What do you believe in? And once you figure that out, who do you spend the rest of your life with? We're not prepared to make that decision, especially at a young age, on who we going to spend the rest of our lives with. But we're doing everything to go against that. We're having children at very young ages, and we're not prepared to raise these children. And before you know it, you've made a fundamental decision, and now there's a third person's life hangs in the balance, and that's your child. Do you stand beside your child, or do you stand beside your child's mother? Most of the time, when we make these hasty decisions, your child mother becomes the enemy that will last or be around you for 18 years. So, why this talk? Because as young men, we need to slow our roll. We need to take a step back. We need to understand that before you make that decision with your body, you need to answer some fundamental things that's going to either catapult you as a productive man, or you will perpetually stay a boy. Nothing in life is easy. But we make hard decisions as young men that will affect us as old men. Just a thought. This is Kojo.